Hello, sei Charat. It is important that you choose the right point of view because all meaning depends on this. The meaning of any event depends on how we frame it. And to reframe something is to change the meaning by choosing a different perspective or a different frame. So let's say you go to the beach expecting a sunny weekend, but then it rains for the entire day. Some people will get upset or sad, but instead, you remember how you always wanted to call some old friends and you always used the excuse, oh, I don't have time for that. Well, now you have time. So then you get the phone and then you reconnect to all those people. You have a great time. Here, you changed your perspective. You reframed. Change your perspective, change your results. When we change the frame, we change the meaning. And therefore, our responses, our behaviors. Guess what? Our results will also be different. Reframing is how we can start changing our behaviors towards high performance, as we discussed in the previous video. The link is here. We are not repressing or denying the reality. In the rainy weekend example, we are not pretending that the rain is not there. We are also not lying to ourselves. If there would be a sunny weather, of course we would go outdoors. But we also accept that this is not the reality. When you fight reality, you always lose. So we accept there is nothing we can do to change the weather. We are not in a state of denial, which would lead to anxiety. Instead of that, we are embracing the current situation and we are simply choosing the best angle to meet our needs. Just complaining about how unlucky we are would be playing the victim, and that wouldn't be very useful. So we remember there are plenty of other things we can choose which would be so much more gratifying. So we get the phone, we call the friends, or we finally finish that ebook that we keep forgetting to read, or we drive to the market and we get ingredients to experiment some new recipes, anything that you like. Change perspective, change behavior, change results. Life basically is an exercise in problem solving. Problems are opportunities to learn from and to move forward. We have to learn how to use our problems, to take advantage of them, and have an openness to failure. Problems and failure should not stop us. They could actually motivate us to keep searching for the best solutions. Meaning and labels. Today we are understanding how we assign meaning to everything because our perception is subjective. In other words, meaning is not objective, it's not absolute, it's not fixed in time because it's all a matter of perspective. Just like no situation is perceived the same way by different people, the same thing goes for individuals. We're not one-dimensional characters, and that includes me, you, your boss, your spouse, your children. We saw this in the video. Please don't label me. The link will be here. When we assign a fixed meaning to everything, we fall into the trap of looking at one individual who experiences some failure as a loser. And that can also include the person you see in the mirror. Be very careful. Or we can experience a challenging event and label it as a catastrophe. Is it useful to use these labels, or can we find all the perspectives? If you're a perfectionist, you may be afraid that the people around you are keeping track of all your failures and your successes as well, but the failures become particularly embarrassing and shameful. But the reality is that people are more concerned about themselves rather than following our steps. And even if they do notice our flaws and they try to assign some negative labels on us, it should be irrelevant to our sense of identity because the meaning of our lives comes from the inside. Yet, if you want to understand the difference between how you see yourself and how others perceive you, ask a few friends to write down the top 3 aspects of your behavior. Here you are willingly asking to be labeled because you want to compare their responses to your own list based on your self-image. Take note of the words that appear many times and those that are not matching. Think about which aspects of your behavior you would like to change and those you want to keep. If you're enjoying the ideas from this video, you may want to check a book that I selected for you. The link will be here on the screen. Labels are interesting because they serve this function to have a very quick assessment of what's happening. But this is the very same reason why we should be very careful with them. Notice how labels such as losers, evil people, lucky one, and any other one-dimensional label can block our best perception of the world. We don't want to be trapped into the binary thinking about who's right, who's wrong, and this is only going to open a chasm among us. This will create anger and the need to prove ourselves better than the others. Not very useful. What do you think of the idea of hell with other people? If you have already subscribed to our channel, you will notice that we are slowly building our capacity to overcome perceived obstacles by reframing our perspective. In the next week, we will talk about the good and the bad side of positive thinking.